What is stopping our bodies from being able to properly detox our hormones?
I look first at liver function and then I look at the gut, but then I also am going to look at thyroid function and the lymphatic system. So there are multiple ways that our body is detoxing on a daily basis. It's really good at it. It's doing it all the time. When I see issues with detoxification, it can be from a few different reasons. Number one, if we think of detoxification as like a bathtub, like you're filling up a bathtub and all of a sudden it's overflowing. When the bathtub is overflowing, you're having symptoms. We have to do two things. We have to turn off the flow of water and we have to unplug the drain. And so if you have a high flow of estrogen coming in from potentially a stressful lifestyle, your body is creating more estrogen. You can create more estrogen significantly overweight because your fat cells will create more estrogen. You can create more estrogen if your body products contain a lot of estrogen-like substances and you're using a lot of plastics in your life. Like there's a lot of environmental, essentially toxins that can increase estrogen. And those can be, body products that you thought were just normal. It can be lotions and shampoos and perfumes and all of the things. As women, we typically put a lot more on our bodies than men do. So that can cause estrogen to be higher. And then when we look at the other side, like draining the bathtub, really good regular bowel movements. If your digestion is off, your digestion is slowed, you have a lot of inflammation in your gut. Those are going to be things that are essentially like the drain is plugged. And I know this isn't like, it's a little TMI, but here we are. But also when we're looking at the liver, blood sugar imbalance can be huge for the liver not to function well because it doesn't have essentially the focus to be able to focus on detoxification when it's always over there trying to save your life and balancing your blood sugar. And when we look at liver function, there can be, multiple factors involved, but essentially like you need to have adequate mineral health to be able to have your liver function well. If your liver is just overburdened by those things coming in, it can just be kind of slowed down. There are multiple medications. Birth control can slow down the liver. And so many of us have been on birth control long term. So there's antibiotics. There's a lot of things that can slow down the liver. The good news is, and we know that, and we know like, okay, I need to support my liver by balancing my blood sugar. I need to give my liver maybe some herbal support as well. I need to consider like doing some lifestyle measures, like castor oil packs can be really supportive for the liver. We can start to support those organs. And there's so many ways you can support the liver. There's so many foods that you can use to support the liver, but our lymphatic system is also really important for detoxification. And the lymphatic system is essentially like a ton of little vessels under your skin that carry lymphatic fluid. And it's really important for detoxification as well as immune function. And that is a passive system. And when we are thinking about like, okay, what does that mean? It's almost like you have all of these little veins and arteries in your lymphatic system, but with veins and arteries, your heart is connected to them and it's an active pump system. It's pumping, it's pushing blood all the way down to your toes, and then all of your veins have little valves in them. So when your heart beats, it's pressurized and it's like helping get the blood back to your heart. The lymphatic system doesn't have that. And so the lymphatic system can be overburdened by similar things like toxins. I didn't even talk about like pesticides on your foods. There's so many things that can be overburdening your detox organs, but the lymphatic system doesn't have the heart pumping. It doesn't have valves. It needs help to move. So if you have a sedentary lifestyle, if you're not drinking enough liquids, if you're not supporting your lymphatic system by sweating and moving, then you can have kind of like a buildup of toxins there too. And essentially like your body can just get kind of overburdened.